phenomenal. And we did also have this discussion behind the scenes. How do Geek Fam take down Evo's Glory? These pickoffs are number 1. When you're up against a Tigreal, #1 way to beat it, you gotta pick it up. You gotta try to be in the face of that Tigreal, force him to use the implosion either on that.
Game itu semuanya mendebarkan. Ini battle of teleportation dari Dreams dan juga ada Baloy tadi. Gimana sih kalau kamu bisa make a good decision di momen dengan full pressure seperti tadi?
Flickers forward to get the spit, to get a 2-man stun. Unfortunately, no one was there to follow it up, but dude, you don't...
What a delay, what a buffer.
Luke, I know you're crazy mechanically, but you don't need to make all the Barats users in the world.
Game rotation of Evos.
I'm glad that you mentioned that because we're going to take a look at exactly that, right? Early on, very good damage placed down, and I get the idea. Dreams, Clockun, they did enough to avoid, and it's a very sudden dive in. But then you can see a
just trying to scout it out, but I don't think they have the damage. I don't think they have the capabilities to fight this out. Maybe they can hope for something to happen, but it seems like Geek Fam will be able
Just calmer this time around. They made their decisions worth it, unlike in game number 2.
when a team with a low Yi goes missing in the map, run. That happened twice to them.
No worries. Maybe this would be enough to contain Luke in the early game. We needed someone else who could deal a little bit more magic damage. That's why I love the Edith pickup for Geek Fam in picks 4 and 5. Because if Evo's Glory had an Edith, would have been a much better lineup. But with Geek Fam taking this
Wah, Chan.
Oh! Finds the way of the dragon! And Tadera will oblige with the triple!
Oh my goodness!
a kick from hell from Luke. He's just being slaughtered. And now Evos, what do they hope for? Because Geek Fam feels like they're playing this game flawlessly. And now they're eyeing themselves.
I think even saying it's difficult is an understatement here because...
But of course, the MVP presented by Samsung Galaxy S24 series, it is a boy. A stellar game with this Lo Yi fishing for those little skirmishes, maximizing the diversion. It was all just...
the most important thing in this matchup. So why not? Fight fire with fire, leave both open, and try to out-teleport each other.
Yep.
One's more creative, the other one's a bit harder to... both are very weird to handle, Chip and Lo Yi together. But I guess that's what Geek Fam are trying to force Evos to think about as well. The shock factor. Now what do Evos go for?
I feel like this is EXP. This feels like XP Cho.
Nolan.
It is time for both
Yuk, yang
teams
Indo
to take
tolol
deep
banget.
breaths and draft their way to Yi to just mass escort a few players to turn around at this advantage fight.
Oh, we actually go for the Barats pick here. That is also going to be flex. So this is what Geek Fam likes to do. This is what they did against Pikachu Alpha as well with the Ruby and the Barats.
Bisa ditahan juga. Sementara di bagian bawah ini ternyata masih baik-baik saja ya. Jadi Cak Direng masih sanggup untuk farming.
Wah, di tengah ini akan menjadi apa lagi ceritanya, dan benar saja Dreams di-convert menjadi 1 poin kill dan Cak Direng berhasil mendapatkan menjadi sebuah keuntungan yang begitu nikmat.
Oh my god. It's looking very bleak for the heroes as the villain run rampant in the land of dawn. But we do see them having that glimmer of hope. As always, they are Evos.
I'm not going to say anything just yet, but I feel like my initial reaction right now just speaks volumes.
Mirko, reactions towards this Lancelot pick?
You heard it when Reptar was talking. Ooh! I don't know if it's a good ooh or a bad ooh. They want to dive, they want to fight.
Araimo MPL. Simply enter the code in the coupon section before checkout. You can unleash unstoppable sound with Araimo. Wow, this will really help us, push our ranks. And of course, maybe when Evos used
Triple kill early, he got that lead, and unlike Clockun, he decides, nah, I'll carry the game.
yeah, it's that damage, that extra layer of damage, diversion play,
Kumar Bush.
wanting to fish out Fluffy, but
It means they will get the turn bottom side.
overextension from Fluffy. Not much needed, but again, he does not have much information on where Geek Fam were maneuvering after that initial battle up top with the recalls, but he had to be more careful.
Oh, is there an assist?
Diversion.
Okay. Is there to just back away here? Diversion will not have any threats this time.
Again, so much potential. Jadara just pops blazing the wet to clear out that
Fam will reach their power spike, and that'll end up with Evos being able to control the map even more. Remember, this is a chip. This is not a normal snowballing game. This is an Evos Glory full double down. Dreams, chip. Look at Annabelle.
Oh, misses. Annabelle actually survived that one wave. Dragon 4-0 as Annabelle has his killing spree. And Baraz will secure Malloy's game. Take a look at the Lord.
And then you have a boy just dishing out the burst damage casually. So it is all going to be, you know, Evos on high alert, scouting out the players of GeekFam.
Slowly but surely, GeekFam now going back to their roots.
And Evos is not an exception. GeekFam are the reciters. They're making this lower bracket game so hard for them. And that was one example, one exquisite example of what it feels like to be in the court. He's in the safe. He's okay. He is fine and dandy. And now a Lord fight down bottom could be the next of our agendas. But for GeekFam, they will corral together. They have so much control. Evos though.
Members.
Evos
Teleported, looking for the commitment, looking for the opening, but Beloyski denies it.
they're looking for something that they can maximize. Maybe a member that
Comes in through the shadows with the conceal to find that pickoff. And I think also, man, GeekFam, the way that they've been able to counter the Masha hasn't been through their picks. It has been through the way that they play the game. They constantly just walk the Masha down. If you can't engage GeekFam, they have a 2.5k gold lead. They are in no rush to go for these fights. It's Evos Glory who have to push on the pace right now with their composition to look for that initiation. So once GeekFam have used their skill rotations, they're completely fine going back towards their lanes to main. He knows how to beat it. Beloy knows as well. That's always the big question, you know, that I have in mind whenever I try these big picks and I play my prio picks. It's like, all right, is it a prio pick because I'm good, or is it big realm? It hasn't been enough time to get to Evos' realm, not just yet. It'll, however, be very soon. Evos Glory are very near to their item power spikes, and for sprint. Now with the sprint, especially up against a Lancelot, the Cloud's already really good at dodging away from the Lancelot assassination. GeekFam looks like they are down a level to Claw and Fluffy.
Falcon already level 4.
It's like GeekFam have been always able to break the ankles of Evos Glory, and it happens again. Oh, bottom lane.
That's again a very great read by the Geeks. Finds one bottom side of the map. No Fluffy.
Yang pasti seneng teman-teman juga bisa dapat skin.
Dan inilah dia skin yang bisa kalian redeem sekarang juga. Silakan redeem semuanya bisa yang ada di sini. Keluarkan Samsung kalian, keluarkan semuanya.
Force errors across the board, right, for GeekFam when they have a 12.6k gold lead. They wait for the waves to push in. Evos deal with it. They try to force a fight, but GeekFam want to fight. They have a 12,000 gold lead. They can utilize these leads in the fight, and now... Okay, that's great. Let's see how Fluffy plays on it, or is this a Dream Spike? It should be XP with the changes to the Masha, but that has only given GeekFam ways to now utilize that flex pick of the Ruby, right? The Fredrin's still gonna go to the hand.
Wow, dari Todak kita melihat bahwa mereka tidak berhenti belajar, mencoba untuk memperhatikan semuanya dan membawa hal positif dari Indonesia. Dan thank you so much, enjoy the show. Tapi kita akan mendengar nih. Kita akan menunjuk
Electo final blow.
Yeah.
And having the fact that you have kind of a golden katana just hang over you, it's just something so I don't know, so flamboyant, so good, so majestic. But of course, you can dive into the action.
Utilize the early 2 BODs that he'll be able to get here to go for the backliners. He's incredibly squishy. Remember, he has 3 HP bars, but these tanks, like Ruby and Fredrin, they can deplete that 3 HP bars quick. Do they find a diversion? Do they stay disciplined? But let Evos have the macro advantage over them. What do they do? Dreams.
Whoa. 5 members.
My God, of his. And GeekFam now, they have the ball rolling for them.
Only half HP. Now Beloyski with the conceal here. Fluffy with the flanks.
Fluffy.
Geek, are they aware of this? Annabelle now in the turtle pit.
dia dari GeekFam dan juga Evos Glory.
Well, chip as well, man. I really like the chip for Evo's Glory. I like that at this point in game number 2, it seems like they just want that early game. They've been a team that have been able to utilize both early and late game, but now it's all on that early game. Once again, we're always able to outmaneuver Evo's Glory because Black Dragon form has always been used to initiate.
Yeah.
Once they got the hold of that, man, it was perfect. Annabelle was the one who started it up. GeekFam were then forced to retaliate, and by that time, the Black Dragon form comes in. Turns out, yeah, no. And then the second turtle, this was just ridiculous because there were 2 fights going on at the same time, and Evo's Glory, they do not win in a split up team fight like that. They need to clump up together, play together as a team.
Analysis, of course, from our analyst desk. You know, Mirko and Renmar, but if you want to watch the analysis much more better, you can watch it on Samsung TV where you can have an intense session. But experiencing constant lag, of course, it can all be sorted out by
Presentasi mahasiswa yang sudah terseleksi.
Ya. Jadi yang sudah terseleksi 30 mahasiswa yang akan mendapatkan rekomendasi internship di perusahaan partner MPL dan juga MDL. Enak.
Enak banget loh.
Enak kan?
Sekarang ngebukanya bukan cuma jadi pro player, Om.
Iya.
Merubah ternyata.
Iya, dan Moskov.
What? Wait. Ini tertukar sepertinya.
Bentar.
Ini tertukar.
Ya,
Soalnya ada Masya yang di band ya. Ada
ya,
Masya.
Masya di kanan tuh.
Aduh, mendingan gua nonton yang Inggris anjir.
Yeah, sure, you can zone, but who are you to really trying to zone out here? Because the Valentina can juke you out, plus the flicker, chip, I don't care. Sure, you can zone out the Roger, but you know what? It's not really a
Rematch Grand Final Season 12 di Season 13. Atau sebaliknya kita akan lihat ini ada perubahan. Apakah EVO's Glory yang akan membalikkan keadaan dan akan bertemu dengan yang sudah menunggunya besok di Grand...
You know, it's getting hard for them now.
0 for 1 for you, 2 for 3 for me. All right?
Hey, you know what? I agree with Mirko. M6 strat.
M6 strat!
They're
There you
playing
go.
late game.
They're playing late game.
Mana kalian bisa memanage untuk tetap kalem dan pada akhirnya membuat game itu menjadi game kalian.
Ya sebenarnya di game terakhir tadi pas udah masuk late game itu benar-benar mental sama emosi yang berbicara sih, nggak cuma
Pick this up. Who's able to destroy Hezkiel, destroy Liquid Aura with the fast clears, and that's what he's doing already now. Up against the Fredgen, wants to utilize that fast clear. Heck, Ray was delayed, he just finished the orange buff.
Kita sampai sekarang.
EVO's kita. Ngelihat terus tapi Fluffy kok
Bude,
boleh dong.
Buat EVO's Fam, kita slogan dulu gak sih? Slogan EVO's Fam.
Get away. Now they have an Edith plus a low Yi together for team fighting. That's a really great combo, especially when you put them in roam and mid.
It's a very perfect composition, I would say, from the damage output being so diverse, from the way they engage being so diverse. They can
Masih selanjutnya antara dua player. Dan Baloi menjadi korban tapi Ray. Again and again Ray berhasil selamat namun di bagian tengah coba lihat Dreams-nya masuk ke dalam sebuah pasif.
Ada satu kompensasi yang diterima juga, Om. 1 2 poin kill, lumayan.
Pattern has not lied. Blue side, 100% win rate.
Such a paradoxical approach. We were talking about how GeekFam was so disciplined, not needing to just rush down the Lord.
Engage with everything. I mean, the diversion could send someone in the back. Beloyski could just knock on the front door. Luke could be thunderclapping into the front, forcing everybody to clump up into that Earth Shatter. We've seen that multiple times. And really, for Claw-kun, there was one answer to that.
Now, I wonder if that means the carry might be the pickup later on for Chadera or the Claude. Matchup-wise, up against the Moskov, it's going to take a while, but it is going to be the Claude that they go for instead. So they're going to be going for the pokes.
Fam can provide towards them in that early game, and actually it did happen. Evo's Glory were able to weather the storm of the mid-game, and even towards the late game where GeekFam, they have so many more angles to attack. They have a diversion, they have a Finch poise, they have so many tanks.
The heroes, they are not able to bend down as GeekFam seek out that MSC slot, that grand final slot. They are in Cloud9.
Angle, but it seems GeekFam have a read on them, have a read on where they are, because they instantly walk in, march into the other side of their jungle. I want to take a look at Luke. Dominance Ice Boot.
You know, I got it. Not gonna. I respect the game, but I question it.
He wanted to see Kyrie lift the World Championship trophy. Unfortunately, that wasn't what happened, right?
In his hometown.
In his hometown, it would have been perfect for Realize. It would.
Yang begitu indah terlihat dari Geek Farm. Tapi kali ini aja confident mereka mencoba terus membalaskan keadaan di mana tadi beberapa pemain dibikin oleh Geek Farm sudah masuk ke dalam area pertahanan dibikin oleh pemain dari Boss Glory. Baloynya mulai maju kembali.
He still is, but I feel like now, even more so, Geek Fam just showed you really can't give the Masha to them. Can't give the Masha to Luke.
And I mean, with that, right, with chip open, it opens up the Louis possibility as well.
Yeah.
You take the chip.
Innovations, your everyday venue for all your needs.
What are your needs, Reptar?
I have a lot of needs. The
What about
desire.
getting married?
Yeah, can I hold my marriage?
Slow down, Gotti. Where'd that come from?
Where did that come from,
I
Gani?
thought of it.
Are you
Him dictating the tempo for Geek Fam?
100% kill participation, right? Team fight participation. You can see it for yourself. 7, 2, and 9. The two numbers that cursed Evo's glory back in the regular season.
Pull off some insane heroics up against a team that loves putting other teams in the spot in the lower bracket.
Like I said, lower bracket is hell for some teams.
Luke Nuke! Reptar, Luke Nuke!
I told you guys, y'all better watch out for the Luke Nuke.
Wow.
Don't worry, I got much more detailed analysis for that, but I just want to repeat it again. Luke Nuke.
These tier 2 so that they can actually get the farm that they need. If the tier 2 still are up, Geek Fam can actually just play in the enemy jungle, force these sandwich plays. By the way, Annabelle is level 15 at the 10th minute of the game. This is an MPLID Season 7 throwback, kind of from before the GDS, but he goes for it. And that Fury Hammer to get that penetration, so they're really trying to utilize this mid-game power spike. And yes, the mid-game power spike has hit. Geek Fam have an advantage to play with in the 10th minute of the game, but they got to use this window. Really, all they can do is wait for a mistake. They can only wait in their base, maybe manage these waves in a way where Geek Fam cannot go for a 3-wave push. They're trying to do that right now with the mid lane, trying to hold it back, but in the end, they let it push. It's still gonna be
Most established for Geek Fam.
He just rolls through the terrain, and that saves him his flicker. So again, another re-engage failing for Evo's glory. Prio for Geek Fam now towards the Lord. They have the side lanes pushing for the or Reptar is still here for a few days, and he's just trying to find out how he can does his transactions with the GoPay app.
Is it really familiar here, Reptar? Miracle, thank you for introducing the GoPay app to Renmore now.
Sending these shots on targets that have been revealed by an Astral Echo. There's a whole other level to you reading out diversions, stopping these plays from happening, shooting them down blind.
That 5 minutes and 45 seconds perfect play that Evo's committed, that shortcut, the fact that they waited for Annabelle and Evos to get the pick-off onto Chidera, top side.
Bisa manjangin dari itu mandiri banget.
Wait, 3 player sekarang ada tepat di depan dari Dreams. Dreamsnya tertangkap basah. Selesailah sudah, tapi mereka masih melanjutkan lagi bagaimana tim yang terjadi dalam Apel. Menjadi korban kedua.
Falls very, very well, especially with a composition like this. With a low Yi, they can send the Masha anywhere around the map. Seems like they were about to collide there as we get into this replay, but both teams disengaged. Let's talk a little bit about this play. I think for Geek Fam, especially now considering that in the 11th minute of the game, that just did not work out. And I have to agree with you, Reptar. They can leave out the chip open. I think at this point, you need to try to trade things. If, Loyi is going to be left open, we were talking as well, discussing that teleports, map control is going to be super important. Maybe
that global presence, that ultimate that you could always pop up, and the mobility just makes him harder to catch.
Usually you would not go in a fight like that up against a team that has a 2.4k gold lead with your jungler.
And 27 seconds in the jungle of Geek Fam after they got turtle number 3. I knew he was trying to get resources, trying to push out the minion wave in mid, but him falling there lost them a little bit more map control heading into... You're gonna pick up the Fredrin, go ahead and pick up the Baksha or the Barretts now if you want to. It might be the best course of action. Now Geek Fam also has the Claude. If you're not gonna go for the Baksha or the Barretts, I think it would be good to also just pick up a faster skate.
2 for 1, it's worth it for Evos in the numbers game, but it's a gold lane for a roamer and an XP. A boy in Chidera. We're still able to get leads off of that. And now up top, Dreams.
Smell blood. It's
Glory.
a man against a devil. Who
Welcome
will
to
come
Mobile
out
Legends.
in game 3? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of dawn.
The heroes.
And a boy still looking for that timing to pop that nether realm, perhaps assist them to collect that turtle. But no, it seems like both teams are taking their time here in that first mute take.
Our Discord with Kadia by clicking the link below or scanning the QR code. Now I'll give you your Samsung phone back, sir. You can scan the QR code again, and this time it should be in English, right? So go ahead and scan it, or you can just type it. It really depends. Eterna usually won.
Memilih audiens yang ingin ditantang dalam video play Johnson Race kali ini.
Nih, kira-kira ada yang berani gak nih, Bewan nih?
Widih, Widih,
Ada nih, coba angkat tangan dong yang berani Bewan dong.
Siapa yang berani?
Lah ya.
Iya, agak mengejar ya mungkin ya buat EVOS ini, dan bahkan mereka masih unggul untuk sementara waktu karena itu dia tadi, dimana Luke belum bisa meninggalkan lane-nya, dan kalaupun dia ninggalin lane-nya untuk melakukan impact juga, damage dari dia ini masih belum ada. Jadi masih bisa
Fam of EVOS, of Geek Fam splitting as well. They were just trading over and over again. That's why the kill count of this game was so high at the end of it all. Because Geek Fam knew that, okay, they want to fight, we're going to take the fight through them, and then you guys mentioned it.
For his breastplate, and then on the way to an Athena shield now. So he'll be able to tank up these shots coming in from the Bavaria. And he's more of a kiting Cho. He wants to go in, get a pick off, and then be able to walk back with a mobility that's a bit more of a chance to do that. And in the mid game, they will only grow stronger with this composition. But then they will reach a ceiling.
A lot of chain CC coming in from Geek Fam as well. That could really just disrupt.
They know that the Masha will always be, or almost always be, a sure kill for EVOS. They know that the Masha can take someone down. Geek Fam were like, okay, just make sure we're trading it. And it's not always the kill. If Masha, Geek Fam could have done more for the side lanes especially, knowing that they were already losing in the center of the map. But I feel like that's one of the things Geek Fam likes to do, where, you know what, we lost the first one, it's okay, we'll get him the next, because 2 minutes 50 seconds there was a trade.
It's a Geek Fam win. That shouldn't have been a kill traded in for EVOS at all. Fluffy taps one button, scratches, and a boy is gone. So still, you need to put in the respect, and I think for the most part, Geek Fam, their discipline has been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Able to just take it down, diversion play!
Luke, send this guy towards Glockun. Oh my goodness! Luke finds the kill with a thunderclap, and that extra damage is enough to take him down. I can take the Loi. I take the Loi, you can take the chip. So there's a trade in that sense. Now let's talk about the first phase. It's very ambitious here for inside of EVOS Glory to pick up the Novaria again, you mentioned. And then the Esmeralda aspect.
They don't want safe.
Wow.
They say it's the final game.
Wow.
Safe
Comfort.
is not.
Oh, what?
Cho! What?
Wait. Is it Cho XP?
Hellkurt jungle! No!
No,
What?
there's a Fred.
That is an assassin's job. Now Geek Fam, they will lose a member on this defense. EVOS Glory, they will eye for that mid turret. And the ball jumps back to him. Will they have enough firepower to defend this mid turret? Oh, that's a mistake!
Real Indonesia ya. Benar. Jadi silakan. Boleh, terima kasih sekali udah bergabung bersama kami.
Thank you, thank you.
Salam. Bu Arek Jogja. Kanca-kancaku nang Jogja lagi pada ngumpul, tapi ya tadi kan Haidar belum dapat kan. Monik nanyain foto sama Bie. Tadi perjuangan yang luar biasa. Once again, thank you, the Geek Fam. Begitu emosional tentunya dari final lower. Berarti ini gimana nih? Berarti waktu regular season, playoff, udah sering nonton secara langsung nih?
Ya, benar banget, sering nonton.
Sering nonton?
Tapi baru ke venue kali ini sih, makanya seneng banget bisa dapat kesempatan datang ke sini.
They did enough to a boy, and it's a very sudden dive in. But then you can see a little bit of a disconnect for EVOS Glory, right? They were not ready. They were like, wait, he wants to go in, he got the kill, he should be good. Their high ground control. Yet EVOS have been unable to end. Even with 5 members, but earlier, they were able to get Dreams. Dreams opposition that made it possible
Immortal
for the Lord to be
Inspire
defended.
tapi
He did it last time and he will do it again. First neutral objective to the hands of Geek Fam. Divergent play. Committed just a boy though. No juicy targets, but perhaps Dreams spotted. Yep, Dreams here. Or
Must be able to push it to a game 5, or will the terror once again reign? That is a question that we need to ask and we need to see, because that was, I feel like, a very, very dominant game. Look out, especially for Luke.
Teams here, Dreams though. Crash course. Just on towards your boy. Both teams just hovering around here looking for potential trades, but let's see here. The turtle fights. The second turtle fight.
You want to nullify this alpha presence by controlling the neutral objectives, and what better way than to give the jungler that kill. More gold, more tankiness to be able to withstand that Annabelle alpha damage early.
The zoning has been very good for Geek Fam, the way they control.
Ya, kita akan bagi-bagi tiket juga nih buat teman-teman ya. Tiket mitik di Grand Final nanti gratis buat teman-teman. Caranya gampang banget juga ya. Tinggal datang ke warding. Oke, besok ada warding juga soalnya. Ya, ada ceremony warding.
Wardingnya jam berapaan, Bang? Kira-kira ya jam 1.
As that control. But so does EVOS. They also have Dreams and Annabelle stepping up to the occasion if they need to pull the trigger. And Baloyski now.
Wow.
It's gonna be fine. Not
Not
much.
4 yet. Spear of Destruction though. And Nexon will not.
Hampir aja. Tapi seperti Annabelle, udah melihat dia kejauhan dan sekarang Aboy di-convert menjadi first blood. Itu dia yang sudah dilakukan oleh Annabelle, tapi malah Annabelle terjebak sendirian. Timnya mencoba untuk hadir dan juga memberikan bantuan, bahkan sekarang pelatihnya tuh.
Coba nih kita tahan lama sampai nanti, atau kita coba, ya kita tunjukin biar super fans biar bisa lebih jelas lagi nih. Kita tunjukin, nah kalau udah ditahan lama kayak gini, nanti ada...
Suatu dulu buat EVOS Fans, boleh?
Boleh.
Bentar ya. Dari gue pribadi, ya ini bukan mewakili tim, ini pure gue pribadi. Season 3 gue gagal sebagai player di EVOS. Dan season sekarang gue naik ke MPL. Terima kasih udah dukung.
Bisa melakukan improve lah. Mereka pasti bisa improve. Ya udah terbukti sampai sekarang mereka udah 3 besar. Salut banget sama perjuangan mereka.
Wow, sudah 3 besar dan kita lihat memang itu perjuangannya. Wah ini, Abang Lord mungkin predict nih, ini kan posisinya udah 2 sama game pointnya. Kira-kira bakalan seperti apa nih? Siapa yang akan menjadi perwakilan Indonesia?
Sebelum saya ke
100% win rate for the blue side. So will the Ling find success? Ray on the Ling was amazing up against RQ. By the way, fun facts.
Oh wow. I'm so not used to casting Ling games.
The assassins, the marksmen in the jungle, from being able to farm up to level 15 at 10 minutes. So yeah, the snowball is getting out of control. They're almost beating the clock with that gold lead. 9.5 in 10 minutes.
Denganmu hari ini, apa yang kira-kira bisa menjadi motivasimu?
Mungkin motivasi aku sih pasti coba dari skinnya sih yang pasti.
Oh, oke.
My initial doubts towards EVOS because they did not have an enabler.
Yeah.
A hard engage that could just pull Geek Fam towards them. But it was more of Geek Fam just being battered down. It was them diving towards Geek Fam. How did they met?
From Bahasa Indonesia.
There you go. So that's why you were kind of struggling a little
Struggling,
bit.
because you didn't change the language setting for me. Thanks,
Hey,
Mirko.
It's unfortunate, but sometimes you just got to learn it the hard way, right? But something that you don't need to learn the hard way is...
Bans, but now a few changes as they want to respect that chip. Now, will they let that Hellcurt go? Or will it be the Masha that slips to the hands of Geek Fam?
That's a very good question, because is it Lo Yi, Masha, Hellcurt?
Bersama-sama, mari kita sambut, inilah dia. Game penentuan, game terakhir yang akan menentukan nasib dari kedua tim ini. Apakah EVOS Glory ataukah Geek Fam yang akan melaju ke Grand lagi kelanjutan di final lower bracket.
Well, and you don't do that up against Baloy. You don't greed against the greed. Oh my goodness. Caught off guard. And the snowball that EVOS Glory would have been able to hold with that would have been massive. But now...
And also online at ubasslifestyle.com and Ubas Lifestyle e-commerce.
Oh man, I mean, looking at game 3 earlier, yeah, having some gold in real life sounds Fascinating.
This Minotaur as well with that Minion's Fury, but mainly how they're going